And we grinded every night to make it here, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded if tell them they time is ticking. But we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a
It's week 4 of the 2023 season, and we'll see the Buccaneers' sure-handed wide receiver. He was a game breaker last week, over 200 yards receiving. It's the Bucs and the Saints, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bucs in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there were many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Jones looking to throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
First and 10, here's Pickett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a great job working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. The numbers for Sanders last week, 23 carries, 89 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Second down, back to Sanders. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Jones now throwing on first down. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, left side here to Sanders. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Sanders is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw, Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Blankenship out for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Bucs now. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. To the air on first down with Pickett. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Pickett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now Jones on 3rd down. Throw left side, taken in by Golladay. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Cohen. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field. And the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give them the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To the right side, this is Edwards. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Saints. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go. And to use those wheels of his, the absolute devastating effect.
Pickett. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Noah Fant, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach or offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. It's a step in the right direction defensively here, because you're facing the size of the deficit. You're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Fielded at the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. That's caught over the middle by Fant. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now he dumps this off over the middle. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Pickett back to throw.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here comes Cohen. 35 yards that time on the punt.
This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, he's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes.
Justin Houston from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home team who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. and they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Pickett will look to throw it here. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Taking a shot for Samuel. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett. That's going to be caught by Samuel. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Pickett. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. So here are the Saints to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now Jones. That's caught by Galladay. Oh, what a juke into space. Down the left sideline.
A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
And Oliver, that time to want to get in there and bring him down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Brought down at the 23-yard line.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Pickett.
And he will slide down with a good gain. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Got Edwards now on the slant.
Jones pass, complete to Brian Edwards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
You know I'm old school, so I always want to hammer in my backfield. But in short yardage situations, 3rd down pickups, I got to have him. And he picked it up for him right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Yeah, able to elude 1 tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14. And the Saints first down.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another run with Sanders. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw again on second down. Pickett, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And this offense on third down today, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Pickett now on first down. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Second and 5. Looking to throw, Pickett.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to throw, Pickett.
And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Pickett's throw into the hands of Fant. And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the gun, here's Pickett.
Open man is Samuel, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Pickett.
This is the tight end Fant. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup.
Pickett back to throw.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Quez Watkins.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Sanders, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Pickett to throw on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Pickett, he's got his big tight end, Fant. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now Pickett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll run. It's Sanders. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Sanders. And he gets it down to the 32. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And room there to work it inside the 25. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Playing against a 3-4 in front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. So this one a victory here for New Orleans.
But if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Saints, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Sound like some superhero. Some black superheroes.